This is Valley News Live at noon.
Right now at noon, authorities are surrounding a house in Richland County and the SWAT team is involved. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley is at this very active scene and she joins us live from Fairmount, North Dakota with the latest on the situation. Bailey?
JC, I'm on Front Street and 2nd Avenue, just next to the Cenex here in Fairmount. The energy here in town, this little small town, is very, very frantic. There is a lot going on. To my left, there are several fire trucks as well as ambulances on standby. I'm going to stand behind the camera so we can get a closer look of what's going on behind me. This is where the Red River Valley SWAT team is located, and you can see some smoke in that camera frame right there. That is because the suspect, neighbors tell me that he set his garage on fire. Big flames going around the 10 o'clock hour. Several neighbors say that they weren't evacuated by law enforcement, but they did leave their homes around that time and have since either camped out here in the Cenex parking lot or elsewhere with loved ones in a safer location. This is, again, we haven't been able to hear a lot from the SWAT team. We do have Highway Patrol here. And JC, something that happened just within the last 15 minutes. The alleged suspect has been making several posts on their social media accounts, including saying sorry and goodbye to their pets, as well as a very concerning video that just got brought to law enforcement's attention right in front of me. The video shows something strapped to the alleged suspect's chest. Police were very frantic getting copies and a video of that video showing something strapped to this alleged suspect's chest. That's all the information we have right now. We don't know who this suspect is, what they could be connected to, or anything like that. Excuse me. So we'll continue to keep you updated. For now, I'm in Fairmount. Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Thank you, Bailey, for that live report, and stay safe out there. We'll continue updating this breaking story online at valleynewslive.com, or you can follow it by downloading the free VNL News app. Clippers continue to move throughout the region ahead of a potential weekend winter storm. Let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Well, good afternoon. We are talking a day where it's a little bit unsettled to the south and west of us, and in overall the valley, it's just been a cold one here today. We've got some clear skies, especially up north where we got a good view of the trees, those evergreen trees in Minnesota. You can make out the upper and lower parts of Red Lake there, and then farther south, of course, we've got the cloud cover and then some areas where we've got some snow showing up on the radar. Places like the James River Valley, some of the same spots. If you watch the valley today this morning, it's kind of following along this same line right on that south and western part of our viewing area. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet. Here's a look at Fargo, live view of lunch hour traffic. We've got temperatures that have climbed above zero. We were below zero earlier today. We're now at 7 above in Fargo. Grand Forks is at 5. Jamestown's at 13 degrees. Bemidji 10. Fergus Falls soaring to 25 in comparison to some of our other locations in the valley, and it's 8 right now in Devil's Lake. Taking a look at your planner, not a whole lot of warming today. We'll see temperatures back into the teens or some 20s like in Fergus Falls case. Mostly though, most of the valley will be in this range. We are talking about a storm that could potentially have some big impacts for us here in the valley and throughout the region. We've got a first alert weather day for Saturday and Sunday for this event. We're going to talk more about that coming up in your hour by hour planner in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Lisa. Lots to go over. Fire investigators are looking into how a garage started on fire, damaging several other units and a car. It happened along 20th Avenue South in Fargo just after 11 last night. Firefighters were on scene for several hours working to put out the flames. Fire crews had to tear down the garage door to try and contain the flames. No one was hurt on scene. The damage is estimated around $50,000. Fargo fire officials say an unintentional engine compartment fire is what caused a second fire overnight, this one on the north side. Crews rushed to the 800 block of 10th Avenue North just before 4 a.m. The fire was contained to the front of the car, causing an estimated $2,500 in damages. And over in West Fargo, authorities responded to a fire on the northwest side of the town this morning. This outbuilding started on fire around 8 this morning. It was quickly put out and no one was hurt. Police are investigating reports of shots fired in South Fargo. Officers say they responded to the call in the 1400 block of 2nd Avenue South around 9:30 last night. Police say they found used shell casings on the ground. No one was hurt and no one has been arrested. Freedom truckers are heading to Fargo-Moorhead today. They plan to be at the Petro Truck Center on 45th Street in Fargo around 4 p.m. Although people at the rally in Montana yesterday said they've been running a few hours behind. Various law enforcement agencies are working together to monitor the convoy as it moves across North Dakota. Local officials say to expect traffic delays during evening commute here in the metro. Another heads up on 45th Street. Northbound traffic is down to one lane on 45th Street South in Fargo between 37th and 40th Avenues. The city is doing maintenance and storm sewer work. The lane closure is in place until the end of the workday tomorrow. Pentagon officials say they're postponing a scheduled test launch of a missile as the U.S. tries to ease tensions between Russia and the West. The Pentagon says the test of the intercontinental ballistic missile could have been misinterpreted by Russia's President Putin. Last weekend, Putin ordered his country's nuclear deterrent forces to be on high alert. Supreme Court Judge nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson is making the rounds on Capitol Hill. Judge Jackson had several meetings with lawmakers, including Senators Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. The meetings give them an opportunity to discuss her experiences and qualifications before confirmation hearings begin. If confirmed, Jackson would become the first black woman to serve on the nation's highest court. Coming up at noon, underground healthcare hospitals are forced below the streets while Russia takes aim at Ukraine. But next, below average, we're staying cool for the next couple of days.